and you can speak to me now. I'd like to call forward, if possible, your wonderful spirit guide, Athella. Athella's here. She's always with you. And she can use your voice to speak to me now. May I speak to your spirit guide?
This is Quetzal.
Quetzal. Well, thank you for coming in. It's nice to hear from you again.
You've doubted what I have said. I don't blame you. But know that there is a turning of the tide. My words are true. I have come from a great civilization. The mind of man was diseased. In our time, we were the leaders. We took the perplexity of mind. We turned and we faced Ra, holding up anything that we wanted for healing, health, children, sacrifice. So what Athella speaks is true. The light of Ra. Ra is a being of light and is not separate from God's light. You are starting to appreciate the light I see.
Yes. Ra told me once that Ra controls the light from the sun, the energy from it, as it hits the earth, and said that it's been doing that for quite some time. Is there a special reason that you've come through today? Are there messages or things we should hear?
I'm showing Christina a sacred pyramid. A temple that she knows. She and others who once walked the walls. She was part of this community. Something that is said often crosses her lips. I am alone. When this is not the case.
That's from this incarnation that she's in now.
We are reminding her that there have been many opportunities and there will be more for her to connect to other beings who have shared in these times. She remembers her home here in the desert. It is a memory bank. Pictures, sights, smells.
Is it possible for you, either now or when we're done with our session today, to bring that information fully into her thinking conscious mind?
That is why I'm here.
Because that part of her mind is sleeping now.
She wasn't ready before. She's ready now.
Will this help her? I think this will help her greatly, won't it? You've seen the difficulties that she's had. I know you have. Will that help her get through those difficulties?
See, just seeing alone brings with it a homecoming, a sense that what is being seen is true, and she can take that with her for the rest of her life, in this life, and should she choose it in the next. She will begin journaling about her time in Egypt, her home. She is most identified with this pyramid. She spent a great deal of her time here.
Was she well connected with family and friends?
With the gods.
Oh, with the gods.
She was a mighty high priestess, a princess, a priestess, a sister, a daughter, revered by her people, a gifted healer. Her beauty would make others weep. And she had many adornments, many servants, but those that served her, they lovingly did so, knowing that it was a great honor.
In this lifetime, she chose to walk through fire, hard times, and she's on the other side of it. However, it has really greatly affected her and how she feels about herself and how she views the world. Is that something through this process that you could clean up for her to make her feel connected now, so she could move past those difficulties and move forward with this important work?
That is why I'm here. There are many tasks to be done. She is continuously peeling away, etching away at these wounds. And your work with her has, of course, been critical, vital. Just today, concocting the words that she will hear repetitively as she sleeps. This is the way for her to lock in and replace the false beliefs that have kept her buried. She is seeing herself now.
Her true self?
Yes.
I see her true self as something magnificent. But this life, the things that were done to her, God took her down the wrong path for a while. It'd be nice if she could see it for what it is and move past it. So your help and the words that I had recorded, that should help her with that task.
All of it.
Do you see
the steps that Athella has shown, the progression with which this entire process from start to finish has begun, a great series or chain of events, very small moves, but they will all lead out to the ocean. A huge shift is upon us.
These steps for Christina and myself, are these necessary to complete before we can move forward with telling the world about how to communicate with guides and teaching the world? I see it as an important step that needed to be done.
You don't need to time anything. The timing is already correct. Trust that each move you make is in perfect attunement to what is supposed to be happening.
Okay.
You don't need logic for this process. It is arise from beyond the mind. Here in this spiritual place, there is no time. You are time-bound beings. You seek to limit yourselves or somehow gain perspective by use of time. To us, this seems very silly. Like children playing.
Well, it is a law here on Earth that we agreed to, isn't it? The time factor? Or can we, as humans, step away from that?
Sure.
So it's a mental process more than a law that we have to abide by, so to speak.
There have been many great leaders who were not recognized as leaders. They have come and gone, seen their time on the planet. In their leadership, they have demonstrated there are other dimensions, poles. Vacuous space, and you're able to tap into these.
Would we do that with your assistance or through like a meditative process?
We're not ready to discuss this yet.
Okay.
I'm here to remind Christina from whence she came.
Thank you.
This will help mend the wounds. And you are doing all right by her, by yourself.
I'm trying to help her. In Egypt, did I know her then?
No.
I wasn't there then?
No. Atlantis. I know Atlantis.
Did I know her then?
This was your realm.
I've heard that before. Was Christina in Atlantis at that time?
No.
Oh, she wasn't. I get the sense with Christina, I don't know how I would say it, but I get the sense that she's an upper level soul or very advanced, or, I mean, in the spirit world, or however you would, I don't know what the saying or the term would be, that she's collected a lot of learnings through her process. Would that be correct?
Yes. Now it is my turn. To come away. Passing you off to Athella. But just know that my words have been true and clear. There is only room for light here in this space.
Well, both myself and Christina have been through a lot, so that's where those doubts came in. And before you leave, if I could ask one question.
No.
I can't. Okay. All right.
This is your challenge. To advance means to abandon the mind. Scary. Unsure. Yet we will guide you. You have already begun to do this by taking it upon yourself to seat yourself in raw, in the light, of your own accord. That means that you are beginning to understand. But you still have more to do. More shutting down of the mind, abandoning of the mind. Your eyes will be cleared then, so you can see.
Well, that's been difficult with the emotional things I've been through, but those things seem to have steadied or cleared away more than before. So I'll continue working on that.
Hello.
Hello, Athella. Nice to hear your voice.
It is a better time to write.
Yes, it is. And we're all set up, ready to go anytime you are. We were talking about how to hear the resounding voice of your helpers last night.
Read aloud this chapter, please.
Sure. In order to hear, feel, and perceive your team of helpers, you must be willing to come out of the thinking mind